They say knowledge is power, right? Personally, I read at least a book a week. There's a lot of good books out there that teach you about your money. I read over 250 books, and I put together a list of my top 10 books that I've read. There was a toss-up between some of them, but I figured if I was going to give someone a list, I'll give them a list of 10 books that if they would only to read these 10 books in their lifetime, they should be financially set forever. I'm going to start from least important to the top 5. So my number 10 pick is the GPT Millionaire by Neil Dagger. In the GPT Millionaire, it's going over all of the ways that GPT can make you money. If you're not familiar with GPT is an AI search engine. With GPT, people write YouTube scripts, write books. So it's an AI system, app, website, however you use it. You type in a question or whatever you're looking for, and it'll immediately spit out a response. AI generated. My number 9 book is Passive Income Ideas by Chandler Wright. I really like this book because it gives you 35 passive income ideas. Everybody gets up in the morning and goes to work. Passive income should be a part of everybody's goal, to have something bringing them income with them not being able to work. If you can't pick a passive income idea out of those 35 passive income ideas, I don't know how else to help you. Number 8 book on my list is The Little Book of Common Sense Investing by John Bogle. John Bogle has been a fund manager for many years. And in this book, John Bogle is teaching you to only invest in index funds / ETFs. Like I say all the time, don't invest in individual stocks, invest in a group of stocks. It's a lot safer of an investment. It's a thoughtless investment. You just put money into that without reading reports and paying attention to companies' growth plans and bank statements and all that. That's a really good book because everybody needs to invest, and it's a whole book going over investing in groups of stocks instead of an individual stock. The third book on my list is The House Hacking Strategy. In The House Hacking Strategy, it's a very detailed book teaching you how to house hack. The concept of house hacking can be done so many ways. You can rent out a spare bedroom. You could have a studio apartment and put a curtain in the middle of the apartment. However it is, you can turn your living space into income. And the House Hacking Strategy book goes into very deep detail on how to post the ads, what type of tenants to pick. Very detailed book on house hacking. Next book on my list is You Were Born Rich by Bob Proctor. I really like this book, and this book isn't actually about finance, but the book is really about how you could do anything that you believe in. He really goes into the science and the details behind it. It's really a motivational book. In order to build your finances, you do have to be motivated. If you're in debt, you need motivation to pull yourself out of debt. If you're in college, you need your degree. If you're in business and you're struggling, you need motivation. So I had to throw a motivational book in there if it was going to be in my top 10 books. Not even that book alone. You could go on YouTube and type in Bob Proctor. Anything you find with him in it is real good content. Next 3 books are all kind of similar, but they do have a little bit of different information in all of them, which is The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason. That book really goes over how important it is to save a little bit every time you get it and how that can build wealth over time. The Millionaire Next Door is also similar. It goes in detail on personal finance. So it's not just one particular topic in finance. It goes over your finances in general. And Master the Money Game by Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is a motivational speaker / author. And this book is another very detailed finance book going over finance as a whole, going over credit, going over making money, going over how to spend money. It's a generalized finance book. Last 3 books I mentioned all have a similar message, but all carry different information in it. Now we down to my last 2. So my last two are actually controversial because one of the authors actually makes fun of the other author. Dave Ramsey, The Total Money Makeover. The Total Money Makeover, it goes over debt. When I came across this book, I actually had a lot of debt. And doing the Total Money Makeover, I paid off all my credit card debt. I paid off my cars and everything. So that book hit me at the right time. I went in grind mode, put in overtime, following the steps in Dave Ramsey's book. Dave Ramsey teaches you how to live debt free, how to have less bills, and pay off your house early. Dave Ramsey has podcasts, YouTube channels. There's so many ways you can find Dave Ramsey and get motivated to pay off your debt. Last book on my list is a must read. I have it on the shelf behind me. Is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Dave Ramsey teaches you how to pay off debt. Robert Kiyosaki teaches you how to use debt. Robert Kiyosaki bought his first rental property on a credit card. In the book, he really goes over detail on how to get out of the rat race, and he also gives you another way of thinking about your finances and how to elevate to that next level in your finances instead of that paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. That's my top 10. I'm gonna probably revise this video after I read another 100 books and go over my top 10 again in a year or something like that. But till next time, y'all like and subscribe.